что, уважаемые любители бокса, я приглашаю бойцов в ринг. 8 раундов за титул чемпиона Азии по версии Международной ассоциации бокса. Главный врач IBA Лейла Насимова. Ну что, уважаемые любители бокса, я приглашаю бойцов в ринг. 8 раундов за титул.
WBO Интерконтинентал во втором легчайшем весе АЛБЕРТ «Принц» ПАГАРА!
Дамы и господа, Таджикистан!
The former Philippine prospect, known as the Prince of Boxing, Albert Pagara, will fight again in a foreign land. He will travel to his opponent's turf in Tajikistan to face off against their undefeated prospect, former Olympian BAKHODUR USMANOV. The fight is scheduled for this Friday, and it's for the vacant WBA gold lightweight title. Usmanov has a record of 9 wins, 0 losses, and 4 knockouts, while Pagara has a record of 35 wins, 1 loss, and 24 knockouts. Both have high knockout percentages, so Pagara's skills and endurance will be put to the test against a formidable opponent who is younger and taller. Many consider Pagara an underdog, especially since the fight is taking place in the opponent's backyard. Do you think Pagara has a chance to pull off an upset win, or will he become just another notch in Usmanov's undefeated record?
Head up, no block, no holding. Listen and follow my command. Good luck.
For his IBA World 60 kilo title. So there's 132 pounds rather than the 130 pounds of super featherweight. Badegaziev in the dark green, black and gold Pagara. Just chipping away with the jab there, Badegaziev goes up and down with it. He's got a long, long reach on him. Wide shoulders. Pretty wide stance, he's got that nice balance. See that left hand into the body there. But Badegaziev was up to the challenge. Pagara not offering too much early on here. Work to the body there for Badegaziev. Nice variation. Pagara not quite in range just yet, Badegaziev in this round. Pagara, let's go with a right hand. Just holding out that left hand to try and keep Badegaziev at bay, just to block his vision slightly. Badegaziev goes to the body and then just tries to curl that left hand in round the back there. Putting too much on these punches, Badegaziev, just working those hands, moving those hands. He knows that there's not much coming back here from Pagara. He might just come back with the odd flurry. I think this may be what we see here when you've got an opponent who is looking to not attack. In other words, not be particularly ambitious. This is kind of what you get. He will throw the odd flurry because he wants to try and keep Badegaziev.
For Badegaziev, he's put that opener in his pocket without any problems.
So into the third. dipping his knees there, Badagaziev, working down to the body. And he's using that reach.
Head up, like, head up.
Again, just
Like, head up.
switching up there, Badagaziev. And this is what he's doing so far. You can see he's not putting loads into these punches. He's just letting his hands go. And again, he's looking for that left hand in round the back there. He's slinging it in, kind of lassoing it in, trying to find a gap around the back of that right. And I think what we have here is what we had in the previous fight, and I suspected we might, which is a big difference in levels between these two fighters. Pagara, I think, will stick to his task in the way that Leon Half did to an extent, slightly different stylistically, but I think it's quite apparent is a lot better than Albert Pagara.
No one more. No.
And he's 3 rounds down, Pagara, and he'll be aware that he needs to
Head up,
do something. I think there's been a clash of heads there. Has there been a cut on the forehead there of Pagara? He's dabbing at the forehead. I don't think there is necessarily. It can be hard for fighters to tell because you have a clash of heads and an actual cut, and it's difficult to know what it is. So that's often why you'll see a fighter dab with the glove and then look at the glove just to check. But there again, just nice economy from Badagaziev. Goes up to the head and then goes down to the body, and he sinks that head. And if you're up against somebody who is looking to not give too much away and is more defensively minded, then what it means is they'll be braced for most of what you throw, and if a pro fighter is braced for punches, then they can generally take them and survive them, and that's why the variety is important here for Badagaziev, because he's got to try and hit Pagara with something that he's not really ready for. So he has to dress it up in a way that he doesn't quite see it coming, or it crashes through with a bit more power than he's really expecting. Again, he just shakes out that lead hand there, Pagara. I think there is something wrong. Or it could be that he's laying the foundations for a... Well, this is the problem that we spoke about previously with that lead arm, with that left arm. And I did say that he'd been shaking it out, that there was an issue.
Foundation for a corner retirement, and that is what has happened.
Yeah, gets a very straight forward win.
So Badagaziev.
Sergei Zherkin with the final instructions.
An identical height. Javi Chalabiev, 5 years older. Both men have occupied podium positions at IBA World Championship Boxing over the 3-round format. Javi Chalabiev, the world champion, back in 2013 at 56 kilograms. And in the most recent edition, in Tashkent in Uzbekistan, BAKHODUR USMANOV jab off the back foot from BAKHODUR USMANOV. Razor-sharp boxer at his best, and a right hand off the back foot, but Chalabiev continuing to press through those punches. Good scoring left jab once again, landed by the man wearing the white trim with gold. That is BAKHODUR USMANOV, the home boxer. From Chalabiev's torso reddened already from the sharp shooting jabs and occasional right hands that have been targeted in that area. There's another one up on his toes and skitting around the perimeter of the boxing ring, shooting out that sharp left jab is BAKHODUR USMANOV. BAKHODUR USMANOV in this opening round. Remember, it's scheduled for 8 threes for the IBA Continental Championship. And how about that for a flashy right uppercut and then a check left hook from Usmanov, who is up on his toes using every available inch of the box. So a little bit of a late exit from the black corner. That's why both boxers were sent to neutral corners ahead of this second round. Chalabiev getting through a left jab, but BAKHODUR USMANOV up on his toes and circumnavigating the ring beautifully once again, dancing, dodging and darting laterally both left and right, not presenting a step to the elbow of Chalabiev. And Chalabiev, well again, he's continuing to remain over that front foot, but he's paying an incredibly heavy toll to get into his desired punching territory. Continues to press as BAKHODUR USMANOV, his back just grazing. As Usmanov getting the better of these exchanges, Chalabiev with pockets of success as he continues to walk his man down incessantly. Action just above our commentary position here ringside at the Dushanbe Tennis Courts and Water Sports Complex. But again, doesn't hold his feet long on the occasions that he does. At the feet of Usmanov hasn't touched. Again able to dance and dodge his way out of the confined position of the neutral corner, then score to the left uppercut to the body of Chalabiev. Right hand to the body as Chalabiev continues to press, looking to get closer and make this one from the opening round. He found his range immediately. His rhythm and tempo were a joy to behold, and here you see the variety again, uppercuts, jabs, hooks, all being fired in off the back foot. And when he was scoring with that left jab to the body just before, and Chalabiev, 2013 World Championship gold medalist, showing all of his competitive spirit and ringcraft, gets closer now and does have success to the body as Usmanov holding his feet. And during that exchange, Chalabiev perhaps enjoying his best success of the entire... Usmanov in center ring, both men flat-footed, and it's the lead left hand that is just controlling the distance beautifully for Usmanov once again. Chalabiev letting his hands go, getting through with some punches during that cluster and looking for his own successful offense. But Usmanov is doing a terrific job of scoring, often without reply, because by the time Chalabiev sets his feet to launch the attack, Usmanov is no longer there. They're rather desperate with his work, chasing his man across the ring. The black corner stool took some time to be removed after Chalabiev took every second available of the 60-second interval. We're into the fourth round of this contest, scheduled for 8 threes. BAKHODUR USMANOV looking to continue what has been a brilliant recent run in Chalabiev, who comes forward with another marauding attack once again, dipping his head and claiming his man around the body. Here's BAKHODUR USMANOV. And again, both men nod their head as if to say, how you feeling? Okay, I'll see you, and they get right back to it. What a contest we have on our hands here. Good right hand to the body once again, to the body, because prior to this, the halfway stage of the fourth round, in the completed 3 rounds, he has invariably, incessantly been over that front foot. But now it's Usmanov who is going forward. He scored with a right hand to the body once again before switching the attack with left hands to the body. And these could well be taking a toll on the conditioning. Followed by Chalabiev, it was long, and that's why the two boxers wound up in a clinch. Both men weighing in comfortably inside the 63.5 kilogram light welterweight limit. Slight weight advantage of some 300 grams for BAKHODUR USMANOV, who weighs. So 4 rounds completed, a potential 4 rounds to go between these two decorated IBA boxers. BAKHODUR USMANOV showing a greater variety in his arsenal, scoring effectively to both head and body. Javi Chalabiev looking for that sneaky counter right. Husted competitiveness being shown by Chalabiev, but he's able to score like that, drop his attacks to the body so effectively. You see Usmanov saying, listen, keep your punches up, but no complaint to the referees. He gets back into the fray. Left hand to the body, right hand to the head, and Usmanov double jab downstairs once again. And I say it was downstairs on home soil, and he's boxing out of his skin. His left hand is consistent as a healthy heartbeat as he continues to snake it out and score both upstairs and downstairs. Wonderful variety on that lead left hand. But Chalabiev, after Usmanov's success, this is non-stop action deep into this battle for the Asian Championship belt on IBA Championship night. And out to center ring. And just setting up his store behind that lead left hand is BAKHODUR USMANOV. And again, look how busy he is with that lead hand. Chalabiev scoring with a right cross and a long looping left. And tucking up tightly is Chalabiev. There he scores with the right hand to the body, but it's Usmanov looking to have the final word. Turns the right hand underneath and continues to score effectively with shots that are being shoveled in downstairs. There's a right hand over the top from the man from Tajikistan, followed by body attack success. Chalabiev with a right hook. Chalabiev scores with a good left jab, then right hand to the body. But there's a right hand over the top in response from Usmanov, who's continuing to dance around his man and present different angles. Beautiful fusillade of punches once again in free-flowing fashion from BAKHODUR USMANOV. But Chalabiev in blood. And sat right next to the ringside doctor as Chalabiev has seen the injury, and that has inspired him as he quickens his feet. BAKHODUR. So into round 7 then. In this battle for the IBA Asian Championship belt, BAKHODUR USMANOV, in his second consecutive fight here in his home city, has used that shot, the lead jab, wonderfully from the opening belt. And it's not just a lead jab, within that lead jab, this round. Chalabiev not attacking as incessantly as he has done in previous rounds. Perhaps looking to draw Usmanov onto a shot. Usmanov has gone forward occasionally during the course of this contest. Truth be told, he's the man who has to deviate from the game plan. But Usmanov is proving far too disciplined for that. He is boxed to order. And he's continuing to stick to the game plan, while Usmanov's wheelhouse, but trying to find that finishing combination that he needs, because he must be down on the scorecards. At least that's how I have got it. But you have to credit the composure and the discipline of BAKHODUR USMANOV, who in front of this capacity crowd has managed to continue to execute this contest. We saw Akmal Ubaidov, the home fighter, dodged doctor points because he deviated from the strategy that is being laid out by the corner and carried out in almost punch-perfect fashion by BAKHODUR USMANOV. But Usmanov is far too disciplined and switched on for that. We saw Javid Chalabiev tapping his heel in the manner of the great Roy Jones Jr., who is up downstairs by the lead left stick of the man from Azerbaijan. But Usmanov continuing to remain razor sharp and switched on at the halfway stage of this final round. There's a good left hand to the body that doubles over Chalabiev, and then he turns it into a left hook to the chin, with which he scored twice in quick succession. And for the manner in which he has remained in the face and on the chest of BAKHODUR USMANOV. But Usmanov, again, if his boots were fitted with an odometer, he must have covered several miles up there in the boxing ring. Non-stop movement for practically the entire contest. On his own terms, he has occasionally been movements such as this, and then he'll go onto the front foot, and then he'll stop the movement and score with a jab, just as he did there to the torso. 10-second clapper indicates that we're in the closing stages, and the two men trading leather, with Usmanov boxing on the back foot. Javid BAKHODUR USMANOV, a unanimous decision victor over Javid Chalabiev of Azerbaijan.